Let's talk about the syllabus. Once again, using this orientation video for probably multiple courses, most likely fall and spring. So make sure you're in the right semester when you're reviewing the syllabus. There might be some slight changes between the semesters. I know I changed my stats class a little when it went totally online. I modified it a little bit after learning some things after the first time I taught it completely online. But anyway, here's our syllabus. Let's go over it. So this is physiological psychology. This is a course where we discuss the biological aspects of psychology. You can't separate the two anymore. I mean, if you want to be a therapist, you got to know how serotonin affects the brain. Okay? You may not be prescribing drugs, but you have to know how those drugs work and know if those drugs are an option for your patient. Okay? So I know a lot of people go into psychology because perhaps they didn't have a great experience with biology, but now's your chance to get caught up. But I don't mean to scare you. We will start in about 6th grade biology, okay? And we'll move up from there. So I understand that the reason some people take this course is and they're not on the other side of campus taking biology is because they had a bad experience. I'm going to try to make it a good experience for you. But we're going to talk about everything. As it says here, the biological basis of behavior. We're going to talk about neuroanatomy, which is just the brain and spinal cord parts. I have a very big lecture on drug use and addiction, on sexual behavior. We sprinkle in different aspects of mental illness rather than have a set lecture on mental illness in each of the other lessons. Neurological disorders, sleep processes, learning and memory, several other things we're going to talk about. The first couple lectures will be on basic biology, though. You got to understand the difference between a protein and a carb, and difference between anabolism and catabolism. We'll talk about all that stuff. Of course, we're all online. This is me, Roger Morissette. I go by Dr. M, short and sweet. The office phone is not working, guys. Don't call me, okay? Use this email, R Morissette, 2 R's, 2 S's, 2 T's. Make sure there's an R before it, at Palomar. There's no specific email for office hours. I'm not doing Zoom emails, but this is what I'm trying. I'm going to try this, okay? And you're the first semester I'm actually trying it, fall 2020, that is. Monday through Thursday, I check my email about every hour, okay? So if you have a burning question and you really need some help from me, you send me an email between 9 and 4 p.m. Monday to Thursday. I probably should be able to respond within a couple hours to you. Okay, certainly, hopefully by the end of the day, unless I get caught up and I'm doing some other stuff. Okay, please understand I'm a human too. I got a family, I got a big yard, a house I'm trying to remodel. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on. But I want to be here for you, and I think that's the best way to do it. All right, I'll try to be very vigilant on answering your emails. Please also know that I have other classes I teach. So I have about 200-300 students a semester. So make sure when you email me, you give me the full information. You give me your full name, tell me what class you're talking about. And if it's part of an earlier question, you have to send me the thread of that email. Because if you ask me something and I'm not sure what you're asking and I go, well, did you mean up or down? You know, and then you just send me another email that just says down and there's no thread associated with it, then I may not even know what you're talking about because I've talked to 25 other students between your first email and that email. So make sure you respond via the thread, okay? You do not have to use your Palomar email to communicate me, but you do have to check your Palomar email because that's where I will give the announcements. If we have to make changes in the course or if there's new information, sometimes there's extra credit that becomes available and I can send it out to you. I'll send it out in the Canvas announcements and I'll send it out in your Palomar email account. Anyway, here's our textbook. It's an expensive textbook. If you're a psych major, you should get a textbook like this or similar. I know this is a little weird. You don't have to specifically buy this textbook, but you need a biopsych textbook, one that is fairly recent. They all pretty much say the same thing, okay? It's going to be slightly different versions, but you will need a reference book like this if you're a psych major, okay? If you're not a psych major, you probably will be able to get by without it. We'll see. Here's the URL for the course. Again, I've sent this to you in an email, so you should already have it. If you're crashing the course, I sent it directly to the crashers. There are course objectives and course learning outcomes. You can go over those if you like. We don't want to waste that much time doing them now. Course policies. No late work will be accepted. No makeup or early exams. No disrespectful or disruptive behavior will be tolerated in the online classroom. Okay, I will have some discussion boards set up. You will be doing some group work. So let's try to be respectful to everyone and be decent. Okay, no cheating, please. Obviously, cheating is bad. You're going to have take-home exams. Your notes are going to be in front of you. So, I mean, obviously that's not cheating because that's part of the criteria for the course. All right, but you shouldn't be talking to other classmates. I don't know. You shouldn't be copying work when you have to copy work. You shouldn't be plagiarizing. None of those things. You should already know that by now. Okay. Here's the criteria for grading. 3 examinations. There'll be 100-point tests, 50 multiple choice true-false questions. There are quizzes, specific dates for the quizzes and times. The exams will take 1 hour, 50 questions in 1 hour. That means you can't just sit there with your notes in front of you without studying and expect to do well. You're going to have to prepare for this test as if it was a sit-down, no notes test. Okay? And once you take a question, you're not going to be able to go back and fix it later. And questions will be jumbled. The answers will be jumbled. Okay? So please, you have to study for these tests, even though they're take-home tests. Quizzes are the same way. I think you have 15 minutes to take the quiz, which is what we normally give in the regular classroom. In the regular classroom, most students are done in 5 minutes. It's 12 questions on a quiz. All right? Again, no makeups, no early quizzes. I just can't do it. There's no resource anymore to do this. Okay? And if I delay a test or a quiz, then that potentially corrupts the test or a quiz for the entire class. Okay? So I'm not trying to be mean. It just doesn't work. If you can't adjust your schedule around your courses, then you're not ready to take college courses. Okay? Everyone has to work for a living. Everyone has stuff in their lives. Okay? But I cannot make an exception for you, one of 300 students I have. It's just not fair. You have to make the exception for the class. Okay? So call in sick, tell your boss you've lost the sense of smell. I was just joking. Don't do that because that's a sign you have the coronavirus. Okay? But find a reason to get around it so that you make your commitment to the class. Lab exercises. I always have the belief that lab exercises should be fun, and when you have fun time during the class, and when we're in class, I'm trying to do the same thing with these online labs. These are done for the most part by your own self. I think I only have one group project. I'm still deciding on some of the labs, so they're not finished yet, but they'll be done by the time you are hearing this video. Anyway, the labs have certain points associated with them. They're, for the most part, pretty easy points, and the deadlines are strict. If you miss the deadline, you lose the easy points. Okay, so make sure you do these ahead of time. You could submit them early, but get these in. No late labs will be accepted. There may be some extra credit. It'll come up somewhere in the semester. I'm not sure where it's going to be right now. These points don't add up to 600 right now. I will make them add up to 600. I had to take away 50 points of the participation grade that usually gets us up to 600. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to add those points into the lab, which I probably will, or take them out of the total points. But they will total, and then it'll be a straight 90% is an A, 80% is a B. Okay? Again, there's my office cell phone. Please don't ever call me because I don't answer it. Tutoring services, there's the link to their homepage. And DRC, if you're a DRC student, let me know as soon as possible so we can make accommodations for you. And there's their phone numbers. So how do you do well in this class? It's really simple. I mean, it's easy when I see you twice a week in the classroom. I can kick you in the butt if you're dragging behind, but online, that's tough to do. So it's going to be a lot on your shoulders. Read the content and video of the lecture slowly and repeat until the concepts are clear to you. Review the laboratory slowly and carefully. Submit your assignments by the deadlines. Please follow the rules. I can only accept files that are in Word or PDF form. Okay, sometimes worst case scenario, maybe you can take a picture of your document and send me the photo. But please don't send me stuff that I need a password to open or I need your clearance to open. Don't throw anything in the cloud and don't submit via Canvas, please. Okay? Submit the way I tell you to submit. Follow directions in the syllabus and in the individual labs. Use online office hours to get any of your questions answered. Study hard for the quizzes and exams. Be a good lab partner. Okay, will be working in groups on a couple things and work in a cooperative and responsible manner. Hey, this class is all about you. This is about your body. This is about your brain. This is about what you do. This is what drives you. This is about your future. So you will learn a great deal about yourself, how to protect yourself and your family in the future, and how to be a healthier individual. All right? So it's hopefully one of these classes that you will get into. There are some crazy terms out there and some stuff that's going to blow you away, okay? Because it is like a little bit like learning a foreign language to some of you. But we're going to take it slow and easy, and please, I'm here to answer all your questions or make the concepts clear if they're not clear to you the first time. Anyway, if you have any questions about the syllabus, send me an email.